Hi, I'm Kim McGray, Community Manager for the nonprofit Money Management International. Each month you receive a statement from your credit card company, whether through the mail or online. But do you take the time to read it? And if you did, would you know what you were looking for? There's a lot of really fine print in those statements, so it can be very tempting to skim over the details. However, some of that really tiny print can make a very big difference to your overall financial situation. I think that even if you have only a few minutes, it is really worth the time to check and review a few specific sections of each and every credit card statement. So let's take a look at a statement and figure out what exactly you're looking for. First, take a look at the account summary. If you have time for nothing else, look at this section to determine your total amount owed, your due date, and your minimum payment amount. Don't assume that you know your minimum amount due and your due date. It may be possible for your creditor to change these variables. This section will also tell you your available balance. This is important to know so you don't go over your limit. And the amount of your last payment is here as well. Here, you want to just be sure that you were properly credited for your previous payment. If you have another few minutes, hunt around for your finance charge information. You will notice that the information on my statement isn't even found until the second page. However, this is very important information because it dictates the cost of using credit. Generally, people are most concerned with their annual percentage rate, called here by the acronym APR. Again, do not assume you know what your APR is. As you will see here, many credit cards carry different interest rates depending on how you use the card. For example, cash advances and purchases made outside the United States usually carry higher rates. Next, go back and review your transactions. This is important for a couple of reasons. First, it helps you get an idea of where you are spending your money. And second, it helps you keep an eye out for signs of identity theft. Now, all this fine print that is found at the end, you do not have to read all of this every single month. However, you should read it all at least once. And if you have any questions about anything you've read in your statement, you might find the answers here in this fine print. For example, the fine print of my card tells me a bit about how to report my card if it is lost or stolen, my grace period, how to report errors found on this statement, and most people don't realize this, but many credit cards offer purchase protections. For example, some of my purchases over $50 might qualify for protection if I'm dissatisfied with the quality of my purchase. Even with all of the information that can be found in the fine print, there are still some things you might not know from reading your statement. For example, on my statement, there's no information about late fees and how and when they are applied. I found out the hard way that one of my credit cards charges a late fee even if I am only 1 day late. The other thing that's missing here is over the limit fees, how they are charged and when they are charged. And these are a couple of things that are very important to your financial future. So if you don't have your original agreement, you might have to pick up the phone. The number is also here, found on your statement. Experts recommend that you call customer service on weekday, preferably in the early afternoon, to have the best chance at reaching a live person. And if you're going to write to your creditor, pay special attention to the fact that there are several addresses listed on your statement. If you send your payment to the wrong address, it may not get credited properly. So as you can see, it really does only take a few minutes to review your credit card statement. However, those few minutes will really be valuable over the long run. And if you're ever having trouble making your credit card payment, I encourage you to seek help sooner rather than later. Call your creditor or contact a nonprofit credit counseling agency because the sooner you get help, the more options there are available.